and welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Corin
and Bo.
I don't know, I feel like, is it weird?
It feels very crooked now. Yeah, it didn't a minute ago, but now it does. Hold while we mess with
Am I back in?
Technical difficulties. It looks like that.
Okay.
Like that, I think, is better. Okay. Now you can both see us.
We're here.
Now you can see both of us.
You got it.
I messed that up the first time. All right. Well, I don't know. We want to just get right into it. Not a whole lot happened in the world, so we're just gonna.
I got a lot.
Oh, she has a lot. Apparently.
First of all, R.Kelly thinks that the prison is trying to kill him.
Oh, I did see that. He's trying to get a pardon from Trump because the prison is trying to kill him.
First of all, good. You know what I mean? I mean, who cares?
Yeah, what was it? He said that they tried to overdose him and he was hospitalized. Yeah.
I don't believe that, nor do I care. You know, yeah, right. It's all over, and it's like, you, like, raped and sex trafficked how many women? Like, shouldn't you have been on death row anyway? You know what I mean? I don't care. Right. I don't care if the prison's trying to kill R.Kelly.
Right. Like, I'm so sorry. Goodbye.
Right, I feel like that's wild that he's, like, out here like, the prison's trying to kill me. Who the fuck cares? Shut up.
How does the prison overdose you? Like, he just makes you take... They make you take whatever they want you to take?
I watched Orange is the New Black, so, like, I believe it.
Yeah.
But I still don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely believe that, like, some really terrible things go on in these places, but, like, he himself is really fucking terrible.
Yeah, he's, like, not a good human. We don't need you back in the human race.
Right, you're a really bad person.
Did he get life? How long did he get? Did we know?
Think so. I hope so. I hope so.
I don't know. I feel like they never do. Like, charges like that are against women never get life,
they never get that. But, right, you're right. Right. But, I mean, I think it was so many. You know what I mean? Like, what was it? We were talking about something, and I watched some documentaries, and it's been long enough to know, but I don't remember. And it was like his victims were in it, and they were like, look, we're R.Kelly victims, and like we were Jane Doe's then, but like we're trying to like do our thing and like stand up for other victims. Man, it was something we were watching, something that we had talked about maybe like last year. And it was like a documentary was on it I was watching, and like a couple of them were on there. Maybe it was that, I want to say it was Nickelodeon, but it wasn't the Nickelodeon thing. It was something. Maybe it was that that dancer. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyway, you got to see like some of their stories, and it was like,
he did really shitty things.
Right, you know, and like I knew that like during the trial we got to hear some of their stories, but now they're like out in the open, and it was sad hearing their, you know what I mean? And it stuck with me. And now I see him crying that the jail's trying to kill him, and it's like, cool.
Cry me a river.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, that's interesting.
That is going on right now. I mean, he's not going to get pardoned. Like, why is this even, like, why are we even talking about it? You know what I mean? Like, he's still a publicist from jail that's, like, pushing these stories?
Right. Right. Why is this news?
Like, who is talking to him in jail that's, like, pushing this out?
Right. Does he have a... I
don't know.
Like, if he still has a publicist, who's paying it? Does he have any money left? You would think not. I hope he paid the victims.
I would think, right. I think, but who fucking knows, man?
Who knows, right?
I don't know. Do people still play his music?
I don't.
Honestly,
I really liked the South Park when they did, like... He came out with that, it was like music videos, remember? But it was like multi-parts, and he called it like a movie. And then like South Park like took it and ran with it, and it was really good. Oh man, South Park's so good.
South Park is always really good at like, not common events. What am I thinking? Current events.
Right.
But I never really watch it, so I don't really know. I can't remember that. But
I haven't kept up with it in the last couple. Now I only watch like the specials, but like for I don't know the time it came out until like probably 2015 I watched it religiously. Maybe not that late. Maybe like early 2000s probably I stopped watching it. But like I used to watch it every week.
It's kind of wild that like that show is still on, right? Like there's still new shit, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how many seasons it is. Like when did that start?
I mean, I feel like it started when I was like their age because it was like 4th grade. They were in like 4th grade. And I remember like being one of the only kids that I knew that watched it because my mom didn't realize what it was. Right. You know what I mean? She thought it was a normal cartoon. And I remember, like, I have, like, pictures of being, like, 10, 12 and having, like, a Kenny necklace on. Oh, my God. You know what I mean? So, like, it had to have been...
Yeah.
It was the 90s for sure.
That's wild.
For sure it was the 90s. Yeah, Red. And, like, they're always so good, right? Like, Kanye with the fish sticks. Like, it was just... It's such good stuff.
Oh, speaking of Kanye, he fucking showed up at Diddy's trial supposedly
Oh, you know what? I
on
saw him
Friday or
pulling up, but
something.
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah,
What was
all
said?
I heard was all I read was that he showed up. They gave him his own room to like view the trial from or whatever. I don't fucking know. He like shook hands with the son, but was there for literally 10 minutes and just left. So like he was just making an appearance, but like for what? Like in to show support and solidarity, to just be in the know because this is something that's in the news.
Was he subpoenaed? Did he have to go sign something or say something that just wasn't
Or
televised?
that, I don't know. Like,
Right.
did he show up? But I don't feel like they do that at the courthouse while the trial's actively going on. Like that would be done at like a lawyer's office.
Well, if you had to go in and make a statement, would you not do that during the trial if it was like pertinent to the part of the trial that they're on?
But would that be on the stand though? And then we would know that because there are reporters in there reporting back like what they
Right.
watch,
But
what happens.
does Kanye have enough sway to get away with having a private
Yeah, I don't
subpoena?
know.
You know what I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
But
Like,
they said he was there for a total of like 10 minutes.
well, that doesn't seem like that's time to do anything.
Right.
Right. Right. You're right. Is he friends with Diddy? Is that solidarity? I don't know. He's so goofy and all over
I
the
don't
place
know. Sometimes
anymore.
I think a part of me thinks he just showed up to show up because he knew it would be in the tabloids. Like
He
it
was
would
just
be a
trying to
story
get
written about
right,
him.
right, trying to get some publicity.
Right.
That's weird. What a weirdo. I feel like Diddy's not the one to be using for clout right now.
No,
You know what I
probably
mean?
not.
I mean, I'm not saying
But I don't
Kanye
know,
makes
are
good
they-
choices,
I
but
don't know. Yeah.
that's probably not the person I would be using to like get publicity
Right.
from.
But is he like? I don't know. It's like speculation, right? Because here we are, like, well, is he
Yeah,
there
right,
to
you know what?
support, or is he there like I don't know? You know what I mean?
Good point, because we're absolutely talking about it now.
So I don't know.
So
Like, if he's there to support, then no. What are you doing?
what are you doing?
Honestly, though, what is he doing altogether?
What is he doing? What is he doing? So I just was watching a TMZ reporter that was in the courtroom, and he was saying that the jurors have been watching and listening to videos from the freak-offs for the last few days, and it's
That can't be fun.
no, and apparently they have like headphones, so it's only like the judge and the jurors and the legal teams are able to hear it, but the rest of the court isn't. But somebody was sitting too close to a mic, and they were like getting feedback and like hearing some of it, but not quite. But then a security guard caught on and like had them change it or whatever. But they were all in the courtroom like, wait, can we hear what's going on? So yeah, that's got to be just.
Shit. I saw they just released a juror too. Like something happened.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, something about his residence. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure this is gonna be going on for a while. So like, if you got places to be.
I don't think you're allowed to do that though. I don't know what the issue was, but I don't think you could be like, oh, actually, I'm halfway through and I've got because I feel like they like vet you for that shit.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like,
right?
shouldn't you have like you wouldn't have been chosen if like you were only here for a certain amount of
Right.
time or something, right? Like
Right.
you wouldn't have been chosen like that.
So maybe there was like a legal issue with like where his permanent residence was or something like that, where like he has an address there, so he was summoned, but it's not his legal it's not his like his homestead.
Right,
If
right.
it says resident, I don't know. Like
I
if
don't
you're not if you're homesteaded, if you're not homesteaded in Florida, but you have an address in Florida, but then you wouldn't have your license, and that's how your voter's registration is how you get summoned for jury duty, right?
You have to be a registered voter to get summoned, right?
So and you can only register to vote in your homesteaded state.
Right.
So that wouldn't be. I don't know. I didn't look into like the full. I just saw that like a juror was released. That means they had to bring up a new one. Like, how does that work too? Like when you bring up a new juror and like you've already gone through so much of the trial, are the backup jurors like listening to everything the whole time too?
I think so. Right? No. Right? So did you watch that stupid show? It was like last year, and they made a show where there was one guy who thought that everything was real.
Yes, that was so funny. Jury duty.
Yeah, right.
I think they're making a season 2.
That shit was hilarious.
That was so good.
But right, the backup jurors were there with them the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
They were all together the whole time. So yeah. So maybe you get to be there, but you don't get an opinion unless you're called in.
That's worse. I would not want to be a backup juror. Like if I'm gonna fucking spend my time there, I want to fucking say
I want
so
opinion,
and,
right?
like,
But right, I feel like that's how it was in the show.
yeah, I think so.
Right? And they were meant to think it was real. I don't know. I got called to jury duty twice. Once I went and we got sent home. And then the second time I got called, I was not in the country and I was able to prove it. So they left me alone.
Right.
And
Yeah, I've been called twice. Once when like I had littles and like there's like a certain age, under a certain age you can like get out of it if you have a kid under like 2. It's young, like, and so I had that. And then the second time I showed up, but then I was like, they let me go. I didn't have to, like, it was terrible. I would just sit there all fucking day.
That's the time that I actually did go. We sat there for like 3 hours, and then they're like, "There's no court today." Why wouldn't someone have told us that 3 hours ago?
Right.
Why are we all sitting here then?
Yeah.
Weirdos. So, I mean, I don't know. Good luck to the jurors.
Yeah. Well, while we're on fucking jury and Karen Reed, like trials, like the Karen Reed shit's going on right now, and they finally, both sides vested their case, and so now the jury's been deliberating for like, I think the first day of deliberation was Friday, today's Tuesday, so this is the third day.
Wow.
And they just came forward with like questions, I guess, and like one of the questions is about like the jury slip. And okay, so in the first trial, because this is the second time, in the first trial there was a hung jury because, and everyone thinks it's because the jury slip was very confusing. Like there was a set of charges, and there was like a main charge and then like sub charges, and the sub charges only had guilty next to them. They didn't have a not guilty option. And the judge was like, well, if they don't choose guilty, then that means not guilty. And so, but then there's like a main charge at the top, and these all look like sub things. So then they didn't understand, like, okay, well, if you choose not guilty or guilty down here, or like guilty or not, you know, if you don't, then what do you do up here? Like, do you have to find guilty on all of these for this to be guilty, or can you find guilty on one of these but still find not guilty at the main one? And it was very confusing.
Yeah.
And so there was a hung jury on it. And so in the first trial, the defense attorneys tried to get her to change that and put not guilty. Even the prosecuting attorney was like, because she was like, the judge was like, I'm sure you've seen jury slips like this, right, Brennan? And that was like the prosecuting attorney. And even he was like, actually, no, judge, I haven't.
Is the judge connected to these people?
Yes.
None of this is fair.
Right. And so that was like the whole issue with the first trial. So the second trial comes along, the fucking jury slip looks exactly the fucking same.
Is it the same judge?
Same fucking judge. The jury slip looks the same, and now the jury's having questions about how they're supposed to answer it because they don't understand. And then she's saying like, well, I don't think I can answer that because that's that would be an assumption or something like that. I don't know, but she's like refusing to like help them understand the jury slip. And if you don't have the chance to choose not guilty,
yeah, it sounds like she's kind of forcing them to say
guilty.
Yeah, how is this legal? How is it legal to have the same judge after that?
I don't know, but it's because she refuses to unappoint herself. Right.
Oh,
but I don't know, the FBI is like in on it, and I don't think that case is closed. Like the FBI case against all of them is still open, and I bet they're like just watching this trial like a hawk to see.
Right, because if this goes through and whatever happens, they can probably now go after the judge herself and get everybody involved.
Right.
I hope they do. Man, this poor Karen Reed. I really hope she gets out of this.
If the jury's coming back with questions, we might have like a verdict tomorrow, but I don't know. We won't be recording, so I don't know. Hopefully she gets not guilty. The other question seems to do like with because she's charged with a DUI too, which is bullshit because whatever. She was, they've all had said she had been drinking at the bar, but like there's cops that have gone up on the stand and like admitted to being at the bar that night too. So like, why are they all not being charged with a DUI? But whatever. That's one of her charges.
But just because you were at the bar doesn't mean that you were drunk when you left.
Yeah,
what
so
if you
they're
had
saying that she was. Yeah, they're saying that she was drunk. So one of the charges is a DUI. And they had a question about like the time, because there's like that she hit him supposedly around like 12:46, but then also that she drove again and she's the one that found the body. So their question was like, is the DUI charge, are we saying that she was drunk at 12:46, or are we saying that she was drunk at 5 a.m.? Like at what point are we saying she drove drunk?
Right, when is the DUI?
Right. And so that was one of the questions too, and I don't know what the answer was. I didn't see that yet. I don't watch I just watch clips of shit. I don't watch the trial, but
you don't have that kind of time.
Right.
It's an all-day ordeal.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's fucking wild. That case is crazy. If you've not I know we've talked about it a bit here, but I feel like even like my reiteration of it does not do it justice for how fucked up that entire case is.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna get a Netflix special for sure.
Yeah, like apparently the judge,
Is a real so and
so
so.
like the Alberts family, no, the Mick, there's Alberts and Mick Alberts. Mick, wait, I think that was it.
That's so silly.
Either way, it's two different families that are like
With matching
involved in it.
names.
Like one lived in the house, the other one was like there and with Karen Reed when they found John and at the house like the night before. And they call one of the families call him Auntie Bev, call the judge Auntie Bev, and they've like stayed at her lake cottage, like lake house and stuff.
This isn't fair. This is
And
obviously
like one of them was like one of the kids was in the wedding of like the judge's daughter, or something fucking crazy. Like
they're way too close.
way,
There's no way
like,
she should be able to
intertwined.
preside over this.
No.
No fucking way this is okay.
Right.
Oh, I hope the FBI comes and gets that judge. She sounds like a real
Yeah.
so and so.
That's very corrupt.
Well, I hope that Karen Reed gets off because
For real.
this is crazy. How are you just gonna give them sheets that only say guilty?
Right.
And like, how is that legal? And no, I'm not gonna explain. No.
She says that there's no statute or like case study or whatever like that says a verdict slip has to have not guilty on it, because she told the defense attorneys if they could find the case study or like they use other cases to like form this case type thing, like if you could find a case that says that the verdict slip has to say not guilty on it, but otherwise I'm leaving it the way it is because I don't see anything wrong with it.
Does the Constitution count when it says
fair trial?
Right, and like innocent until proven guilty?
Yeah.
Right? You got to prove guilt. So, like, we can't get a not guilt on our sheet? What?
Right.
What?
Yeah, and even, like, the defense attorney was like, if they come back and find guilty, it's a cause for like, a, not a mistrial, but, like, a rebuttal, like, what do you call it? That's not the right word, but, like, like, to argue it. Like, because they didn't even have not guilty as an option on the slip.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's fucking crazy. So, hopefully we'll have a verdict soon, and hopefully it's not guilty, because...
That would be insane.
If it's guilty, I don't even know. We will riot. I'm just kidding. I think people will.
I mean, honestly, though.
Like, I'm not going there to riot to Massachusetts, but,
I bet the weather's nice.
Wait, what did that just say?
I don't know. Fucking TMZ, so who
well, the
knows?
word was appeal that I was looking for, but this was TMZ. I thought it was saying something about Diddy breaking news, but it wasn't. But it did give me the word appeal. That's what I was saying. Grounds for an appeal.
Yeah.
When there's no not guilty option.
Absolutely, it should be.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a real lawyer. Just on Instagram.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall riot. I don't know what else to... That was...
You know what I saw today? That Tyler Perry that is being accused. And, like, honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. Because, like, yeah, he's a very famous, powerful man. And they tend to be the people that do that. But it's also, like, he has been so... It's not like Taylor Swift, but similar. Like, I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about him. And it's just this one guy's got, like, all of these... I don't know. I read through, like, a couple of different articles about it. And, like... The guy could absolutely be telling the truth, but it's just crazy that, like, I have, like, anything that I've ever heard about him has always been so nice and positive, and it just...
Right.
And, like, the lawyer's like, this guy's out for a money grab, and, like, I kind of seems... I don't want to be, like, victim shaming because I don't know it, but, like, Tyler Perry is not someone new. He has been on the scene, and I know, like, Harvey Weinstein was, like, big in movies, and he was raping everybody, but, like, that had been said. Rose McGowan got blackballed from Hollywood in the 90s for saying it.
Right.
You know
and
what I mean?
was the Corey...
Oh, yeah, the kid, the Corey's, right. It was like Corey, I don't remember his name, but I know what you mean.
Like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but it's not.
And it was him and the other Corey were both, like, kids in the night, and they said it right. So, like, we heard these things that there was whispers. I've never heard a bad thing about Tyler Perry
like,
before.
I sent it to the thing, but, like, also, and I know we, like, come on here and we preach about, like, not, like, believing victims, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like, I hate to be, like,
so it's
not
like,
believe the victim,
but I've always, that one was a hard one for me to, want to believe, I think, also.
Right.
Like, so, but it says so Tyler Perry is being sued for $260 million over sexual harassment and assault allegations by Derek Dixon, who was an actor in Oval. I don't know what that is.
And then I read it, and then he had another screenplay, and apparently, according to him, Tyler Perry was like, "I'll buy your screenplay," like, and started groping him, and then he was like, "I'm moving to California to get away from you," and he said that Tyler Perry, like, left his character very open-ended, and, like, if he didn't make him happy, he was going to kill off his character, and his character died in the show, I guess. Spoiler? I don't know. I don't know what the show is.
I don't know what the show is. Yeah, I never heard of it.
But... And, like, all these things could absolutely be true. These are things that happen. But also, like, these are very stereotypical things that happen. So, like, did you pick a rich man and a good story?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hate to be like that, but, like...
It would just really suck if it was true, I guess.
I think I would be shocked.
Right.
I really do.
It would really suck because... Medea, like, I don't know, Tyler Perry's always been very, like, what's the word?
Yeah.
I can't fucking say it.
Philanthropist, he has, right. Like, he
like,
always, he gives back,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And, like, and a lot of his movies, like, the Medea stuff is funny, but a lot of his other movies, too, he has some movies that are, like, pretty deep and, like, really, like, deep dive into, like, human relationships. And, like, he does, like, in a lot of his movies, like, they are very, like, women empowerment, which, like, doesn't necessarily mean that he can't have, like, a victim, but,
right.
I mean, right, like, Justin Baldoni claims he's a feminist, too. But...
Right.
I don't know. Tyler Perry's lawyer is claiming that this guy's just out for money, and, like, I'm tempted to lean that way, believing, just because of the things that I've heard. I could be wrong, and I will be sad for this guy. But I'm leaning towards maybe it's not true.
Right.
But we'll see.
Right. I think it's, like, you don't, like, almost don't want it to be true because it would just suck to, like, have, like, to, like, skew your feelings of...
Right,
well,
because
it's obviously for him, like, whoever it did happen to.
Right, that would be more sad.
For them to be, like, a victim, but it also would, like, suck to, like, I don't know, why? Why do they all turn assholes? Like, why do they all have, like, issues? Why can't there be good people in Hollywood? It's so fucking annoying.
Right. And I think that's what it is, too. Is, like, he's one of the people that, like, I really thought he was, like, one of the good guys in Hollywood. Now it's like, fucking Tyler Perry, are you kidding me?
Right. Like,
you
if he's bad, is anyone fucking good? Like...
Right. I think that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. Like, I can't quite believe this. We'll see what happens, but I'm having a hard time believing this. Right, and I hate to be, like, victim, and I'm not one to be, I don't know.
I know, it's hard.
I don't know.
It's hard when it's, like, someone that
you really didn't think.
You didn't
think,
yeah.
You know? Right, again, like, some of these other guys, it's like, okay, yeah, I could see that. You know what I mean? Like, Diddy is a sex offender? Okay. That made sense.
Right.
Not one part of me didn't believe the Diddy news. Right. I was like, you know what, we've heard about the Diddy parties. I've talked about it before, his character in Get Him to the Greek literally seems to be a calmed down version of his true self, you know what I mean? And, like, and he played that character well.
Like, I feel like Diddy was, like, hidden in plain sight. Type thing. Like, it was there, but it, like, people just kind of ignored it. Like, it was joked about, it was talked about, but it was just kind of, like, swept under the rug as, like, a joke.
And that's what, and you know, and like all these interviews are resurfacing where like people say things about it. And like, so I don't think I said this here. I think I completely forgot about it the last few times that we've talked. So sometimes I sing song things and like I like talk in song lyrics to my child, and he eventually realized that like I'm not just making things up. Some of these are real songs. Right. So now whenever I say anything sing songy, he'll be like, well, what's the real one? And sometimes I am just making shit up, but sometimes it is. And it was something recently, I don't remember what it was, but it was like an old like R&B poppy song from like the early 2000s. And I put it on, hadn't heard it in years, and I just had, like, the hook or something stuck in my head. He wanted to hear it, I put it on, and there was, like, a line that was, like, I'm a freak like Diddy or something. And it's funny how much of, like, these old hip-hop songs, R&B songs, that you don't realize, like, they're talking about Diddy in them, and it's, like, it was all real the whole time, you know? And it's like, wait, what? So maybe that's why I wasn't shocking for him. But Tyler Perry?
Yeah, I hope it's not true. For,
right?
like, for
everybody's sake.
Right.
What else do we got? You want to talk about how the Pope thinks that Bieber and Madonna's his cousin? Because I didn't read that. That's what I don't understand.
How are they all connected? I just don't understand, like, how much of Hollywood is, like...
I didn't read the article, though. I just literally saw that, and it was, like, the Pope is famous and related. His cousins are Madonna and Justin Bieber. I mean, like, I know that, like, my cousins are not cousins. Like, I got cousins that aren't cousins with each other, but like Madonna and Justin Bieber are certainly not cousins.
But like, how are you? Yeah, like I guess from like separate families. But like Madonna where's she from?
Like I think like New Jersey or something. Honestly.
Well, I think the Pope is from like New Jersey, but Bieber's from Canada.
That's right. Bieber's from Canada.
Yeah, but I like how. I feel like there was somebody else that was like the most random like cousin line. I don't remember, but I feel like that like Hollywood's just weird. I guess the Pope's not necessarily Hollywood, but. If Madonna and Bieber are somehow
share a cousin and it's the Pope?
cousin to the Pope is fucking weird.
Right?
But he is from like New Jersey or something, isn't he? Like or up that way, like Massachusetts or
Something like
something,
that, yeah.
Pennsylvania.
And
I
I
don't
could have
fucking
made the New
know.
Jersey thing up about Madonna. I feel like it's somewhere
But
in the
his
Northeast.
brother like lives there, and he was like, there was video of him like being at like a what's the baseball team up there
Up where? Phillies?
in that
No.
area, man. I don't know. He was like at
I
a
was gonna say, there's
baseball
a
game
lot.
for like that whatever fucking
There's a lot of
state he's
baseball teams
from.
up there.
I just don't like. I didn't read it because how? What did the 23andMe?
Right.
Did you buy 23andMe's data and that's how you figured that out?
Right. Right. Protect your data, people. It's not anything me selling it to
Dang, I saw
People News.
It's for real.
TMZ.
I saw
23andMe's
like
gonna sell your data to TMZ.
they are too. TMZ is gonna buy that shit quick. I saw a thing the other day of like a not that we really talk politics, but it was like some political guy. I don't know who he was, but he always, anytime I see him come up, he like is always just getting at companies, like just nailing them. And he had 23andMe because they're going bankrupt and they're gonna sell off like the
They're gonna sell off their data. It's
all the
crazy.
data, yeah, which includes all your DNA. And he has like the terms and conditions up, and he's got the CEO, whoever this guy is, of 23andMe in front of him, and he's like, well, how do you guarantee that, like, you can't just sell off someone's like DNA? And he was like, well, they can delete the account, and then if they delete their account, then we don't store any of that information. And then the guy holds up like this big poster board size of like terms and conditions highlighted that says, even if you delete your account, we will still.
Oh, I don't even know who this is. I feel like I like him.
And I was like, holy shit. And I don't know where it came, like, what came of it, but I gotta see who he is because I've seen him do it to like airlines. I don't know who he is.
Imagine being his
I'm
intern.
not really
That's
big
probably a
on
good
like,
time.
yeah, I'm not really big on like that, like deep in the politics where I know like the randoms,
Yeah.
But this guy was good. He's always getting freaking.
I want to see that. Send it to me when
I'll
you
have to
come
find
across it
it.
again, because I'm definitely interested in whoever that is.
Well, we've got MGK's. Remember when MGK posted the baby born and everyone thought the name was like something stupid?
It was like Celestial Miracle
yeah,
or some
yeah,
bullshit.
and then he had to come up with Celestial Star or something.
Yeah, and he was just
And he was like, that is not the baby's name. So we apparently finally have the baby's name.
What is it?
I don't think it's any better. Sorry, baby. Than
No, that's
Celestial
not real.
Star.
That's not real.
Saga Blade.
Saga?
Probably Saga. Saga Blade Fox Baker.
No.
I don't know if that's real.
Man, why can't I leave these kids alone?
I don't know if it's real, but that he apparently posted probably for Father's Day or something like that, right? Like him and the baby, and that was the caption. But I mean, Fox Baker would be like Megan Fox, right? And I'm assuming his real name is something Baker. Do we know his real name?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
His real name. I don't fucking care.
But like Saga Blade,
That's a really dumb name.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel bad, like I should like not be shaming babies' names, but like sometimes it's so hard not to. You know what I mean? Like I had to like I was in like these Facebook groups for a while where like making fun of babies' names, and then like you feel bad for making fun of children, but like you got to stop naming your kids Renesmee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know how many people really do that?
I believe it. I would believe that. I feel like when they're babies and like they're just being born and named, we're not shaming the.
No, we're shaming the parents,
Yeah,
but
we're
I still like
we're
a part of me
parent
still
shaming.
felt bad. You know? No, I'm absolutely shaming the
But
parents.
when they get older, then we can't make fun of their name.
Right, like, I mean, and then I wouldn't want them to, like, see this later on and be like, I mean, I don't know, our baby's now going to be on YouTube in 20 years and come across us and be like, oh, I can't believe they're making fun of me because my name's Renesmee. It's crazy the amount of people that really think that Renesmee is a good name. It wasn't a good name in Twilight.
It was
certainly not a good name in real life.
In Twilight, yeah.
Right. Remember when they all started calling her Nessie and then she was like, why are you nicknaming my baby after the Loch Ness Monster? You know what I mean? Just stop with the Renesmee.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not.
Neither is Saga.
No, Saga Blade? What the hell is that?
It's
Could
like
you
the
imagine?
Mormon wife that named her kid Evertrue. I hate that one too. Sorry.
What about the Absidy, right? It's like ABCDE and it's pronounced Absidy.
That's really funny.
And a woman got turned away trying to let her kid get on the plane because the flight attendants were like, this isn't real.
Why?
You gotta come back here with a real name.
They gotta stop that shit, right?
So there are countries that like have like legal names that like you can't use and like the
I
government
think
has to
America
approve it.
has
And then
stuff
people
like
are like,
that.
that's socialism. You're letting the government get too involved in your life. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. Where there's got to be a line. There's got to be a line.
Yeah.
Right? Saga Blade is a terrible fucking name.
Yeah. The Evertrue one, I saw a comment that was like, oh, I get why they named the baby Evertrue. Because nothing that baby daddy says is ever true.
That's fucking funny.
I was
You know what? That's good.
dying.
Was that from somebody on the show?
Yeah.
Are you gonna spoil it for us? Do it.
I don't know who said it in the comments.
No, but I mean, who named their baby Ever True?
Oh, Taylor and Dakota.
Oh, that's stupid. You know what? That's really funny then. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that comment makes even more sense. That's what I was just wondering, like, who the comment was about. But yeah, Dakota, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you name your baby Ever True?
Ever. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But
whatever. I mean, it's better than Saga Blade, I think. I don't know.
So.
I don't know, but I think it's better than Saga Blade. That's terrible. That's terrible. But you know what? He's a moron. I thought she was better than that, though.
I don't know. I think she kind of got weird, too.
You know, probably.
All right, the only other thing I have is kind of about babies, but I just kind of want an opinion. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, too.
Grammer
I do have an opinion.
Is pregnant, or not him, but his wife, Kate Walsh, and Kelsey is going to be a dad of 8 at 70 years old. And, is expecting baby number 4, Kate Walsh. So this is his 4th with her.
Right, but like 8th overall?
And 8th overall, and he's 70.
I feel like that's wild.
She's older, too, though, I think, I read.
I mean, people can have babies when they want, but, like, should you at 70?
46.
You're going to be almost 90 when that kid graduates high school.
That's so sad.
That's what I feel like, I feel bad for the kid. Like,
yeah.
The kid doesn't have any chance of, like, having, like, a father figure unless she finds a new dude. Because you are going to be senile by the time that this child is walking and talking.
Right. And I guess, I mean, I would think that, like, is considered.
But what do you do?
That old?
Do you get a Manny?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like, I mean, like, sure, like, anybody can raise their kids. Single parents are cool and whatnot. Like, I'm not trying to be, like, shamey, but, like, why would you go into it knowing that, like, you can't?
Right.
You're not going to be cognitively available.
Right.
Because your brain's in decline because you're 80 years old.
Right. Why do men not go through menopause and, like, stop being able to procreate?
I don't know, but they should. They really should. I had a cousin one time crying to me about his biological clock ticking, and I was like, dude, you don't have one. You don't have one.
Do they ever stop? I mean, I guess some of them get, like, ED, right?
I mean, right, like, I guess, like, if you got, like, ED, you're, like, I don't know, if you, like, squashed your balls so hard they stopped producing, you know what I mean? You have, like, a testicle
but they don't
accident.
ever, like, through,
Not
like,
naturally, I don't
right?
think. Not naturally, no. You'd have to, like, get ball squashed by a horse.
Right.
Or, I don't know, I'm making things up, obviously. But, like, it would have to be, like, testicular trauma.
Right.
So, yeah, no, they don't. I'm trying to, like.
Oh, the sun again. Yeah. Wore my hat today.
I know, I should have.
That's, yeah, I mean, obviously I knew that, but, like, why, though?
Why? I don't know. Biology likes them better.
Yeah.
Nonsense, though.
Just keep procreating.
It's a terrible plan. That's why, like, you know, like the movie Idiocracy, right? And, like, this one guy, like, knocks up, like, all these people, and he's, like, the dumbest dude in the world. And it's, like, so it's, like, in the beginning, it's, like, the 2 smartest people in the world, they're, like, waiting to have a baby. And they're, like, well, we're gonna, you know, get this done and that done and get our lives in order. And then he gets cancer and he dies, and now, like, she doesn't have a kid. And then there's this other guy, and he's, like, the dumbest person in the world, and he knocks up, like, 100 people. And then it, like, progresses from there. It was satire, but I don't know.
I feel like that's happened somewhere in America.
Right. That's why I said it was satire.
Or maybe not America. Whatever, somewhere.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore. But it could happen.
Right.
Right? That's the thing, is they just keep shooting them out.
I know. I always said that about, like, being a boy mom, too, is, like, people always, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but people with girls are always like, oh, I'm so glad that, or people with boys are always like, oh, I'm so glad that I don't have a daughter. I don't have to, like, deal with pregnancy and all that. You know what I mean? Like, you hear people say that shit, and it annoys me because it's like, as a boy mom or dad, boy parent raising men, you know, boys to be men, that is, like, such a huge responsibility you have, because a girl can only get pregnant once in 9 months, and a boy just can impregnate everybody on the God's green earth if you want to do as many times as you fucking want to do.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely. I
feel like raising boys is, like, a stronger responsibility.
Yeah, to make sure that, like, they understand,
yeah,
like, the implications of their actions. I saw a thing recently, and I didn't save it because I knew that we wouldn't know who it was. It's, like, some young rapper that we're not even going to know who it is. I don't know, maybe you will, but I didn't save it, so it doesn't matter. But he had, like, 8 girls that are pregnant right now.
Oh my God.
And it was, like, a picture, and it was, like, people were like, oh, he's trying to be the next Nick Cannon or some bullshit. And it's, like, this isn't cool. We shouldn't be promoting this. This is not cool.
Yeah. I honestly think it's, like, scarier raising boys.
Right, because they could just be knocking people up and you don't know.
Yeah.
That's yeah,
And
right.
then like,
but you're right. Like we have a
and then
responsibility.
you don't have like, as the parent to the boy in a situation like that, you don't really have like
it's not up to you what happens.
as many rights and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. You don't have any
Like,
control over the situation.
yeah.
Not that I'm trying to control people, but
right, like
you got no say so.
right.
Unless you go like talk to her parents and you're like close and like everybody can like be cool and come to an agreement. But right, like it's her body, so like
Yeah.
I don't know, right? So but like so you're right. So like we have more responsibility to like teach these guys like how to act, how to not get into this, how to act if you do get into that situation, what the right thing to do is there.
Right.
And like how to hopefully not be in that situation multiple times with multiple people at once.
Right. Fuck. That would be terrible, imagine.
That would be terrible. Yeah, my kid's sick, so I'm not going to imagine.
Yeah. I hope I'm never. I won't. I feel like I have good kids. I'm told I do at least.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I mean, but your kids are going to be old soon, so.
Yeah. I'm gonna have their shit together.
Right. I feel like it's too far away for me to be. That's not on my radar.
Right.
All right, what else? Do you have anything else, or do you want me to start looking into my... I got some weird screenshots for sure.
Yeah, I did just see something that popped up like right before we started doing it. That's one of the actors from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, I saw that
passed
too.
Away.
Yeah, that was so sad.
I didn't watch Lilo and Stitch, so I don't know what he played. And I honestly, unfortunately, forget his name right now.
I sent it because I saw it on
Yeah.
Walt Disney World's website, Walt Disney World's Instagram. I saw it on there, so I sent it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not see the movie either, but Eric and Ferris did go see it, and they liked it.
Yeah, but that's so sad. Like, probably his first movie, right? Like, finally gets a break and gets, like,
a bunch of stuff.
Gets in a movie and then, like, passes away right after it fucking releases and doesn't even get to...
Right, be, like, famous for a minute.
Yeah.
Where was he? He's in here. I had too much going on in there, so I had to come back to here. They just posted.
I know, I just posted.
Because I think it happened like yesterday. Why is it not here now? Did they change their minds? No, I swear it was just
it's
here.
It's so annoying
and
when it like goes away so fast.
Yeah, and like it was on like their website. Or was it just under like Disney Park? Maybe it was just under like Disney itself. And Anne Burrell, my favorite celebrity chef, she passed away today.
Oh, David.
There you go.
Hakili. Wait, David Hakili I'm going to butcher his name. Kanui Bell. That was definitely Hawaiian, and I did not say it right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do any better though. So
Polynesian, I guess, would be like what is
maybe, right? Like Pacific Islander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But rest in peace. That's very sad.
That is sad. I didn't see. I don't know if they said what happened, but sometimes it's not our business anyway. Yeah. So we haven't been here since last week when Taylor went to the local children's hospital. That was cute. Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute. Did you see this Vanity Fair interview where Dakota Johnson, they asked her if she sent a man who broke up with her friend a pound of gorilla shit? And she was like, yeah.
What the fuck? I did not see that.
They're like, where did you get that? And she's like, oh, it's a website.
Gorillashit.com.
Oh, it's like sendshit.com. She said that you can get any kind of shit and any amount that you want and send it to people. Oh my
God. And it sends anonymously, I'm sure.
Probably. Yeah, because they asked her and she's like hooked to a lie detector test. And they asked her if she did that. And she was like, you know what? Yeah.
How do they even know that? Like, where did they even hear that story?
I don't know, because I've never heard that before, but I'm interested.
Funny.
Oh, and then did you see they made a cat? It's a Taylor Swift folklore cabin for your cat.
Oh my God.
So that was exciting. Oh. I don't want to jump right to Disney because I feel like I know other stuff, but that's a Disney thing. Who is Linda? Why is she a hoe? If you've been to Vegas, apparently people are writing Linda's a hoe all over and like they don't know what it means.
It's very funny.
So that's funny, right? They're trying to figure out who it is. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. I just saw it today and I was like, that's interesting. And then Ludacris was driving a boat out on the ocean. This girl went on her baby moon and she was just trying to live her life. And Ludacris is out there, yeah. Aqua car, amphibicar, that's what they call them at Disney Springs. And then that's another Disney thing. That's another Disney thing. That's another Disney and Taylor Swift thing. Okay, so this is still rumors.
Yeah.
But they're saying that Cruella 2 will be a musical and Taylor Swift will play the villain. So who, Cruella? Or is it like a villain of, I don't know. But
Isn't Cruella the villain?
That's what I was thinking. Is it Cruella's nemesis? I don't know. And then wait, is everything just everything that you said? Oh, no, I had one more thing. That's not what you said. The doctor, one of these doctors that is charged in Matthew Perry's death, Dr. P, is going to plead guilty.
He's the one that was providing the ketamine.
Right. So he will plead guilty to 4 counts of distribution of ketamine. He previously faced 7 counts and 2 counts of altering and falsifying documents. So he's taking a plea deal, which I feel like is terrible that he's even allowed to. You know what I mean? Forget this guy.
Of course, they want to.
Right. All right, so Disney. So the test track is going to be open. It's been shut down forever. Test track's going to be open, I want to say, July 22nd. Test track is opening, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
It's only like 4 weeks away.
Yeah. And then that Elio movie is coming out. I don't know. I've heard good things. It's been all over June 20th. So.
What is it, Elio?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. He's like an alien.
Elio. I don't think I've even seen anything about that.
I watch little kid stuff, so I've seen it everywhere.
Elio. Elio.
Yeah, so I think he's an alien. And then, Amy Duggar King, remember the cousin from the Duggars? She's got a book coming out. The Hall of Presidents is reopened. Big Thunder Mountain is still being worked on. There was something else up here that I had this open for.
I heard that they're gonna do a movie about a cat that lived in Spain or something like that, and it's gonna be like the first like hand-drawn movie that Disney has done in years.
I heard they were going back to hand-drawn animation, but I didn't know what it was. That's exciting. I'm interested.
Yeah,
I did hear they were going back to it, but I didn't know what it was.
Gato the cat.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Isn't that like Spanish for cat?
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like that sounds familiar.
Cat the cat.
Yeah. The Flavors of Florida 2025 is back at Disney Springs. There's like 40 locations, so I'm not going to read all this. But it's fun if you're going to Disney Springs or if you're interested in like Florida stuff. Like last year we walked by it and there's a lot of like orange flavored stuff. You know what I mean? But there's like an orange cannoli and shit like that. They do some cool stuff.
That's fun.
I feel like I had something else. Test track, I just said that. This was just something that I thought was interesting. That has nothing to do with anything here. So this was 50's ex, and they had her go on the record, and she went to court, and they were saying that she was, like, texting him that she wanted to have sex with these other guys, and they're like, well, why would you say that if you didn't want to? And she's like, because it would turn him on, so maybe that's why 50's being real crazy. I don't know. I think he just is already... Oh, we talked about Disney selling their things off before.
Yes.
So right after we talked about it, I saw... This person bought the inside different pieces from the royal rooms at Port Orleans Riverside and like set it up in her house. So that's like one of the backdrops from the bed, and like she had like some other pictures that I didn't get because it was in her thing. She redid it, but you can buy it. I don't know exactly how, but she bought like the interior from like one of the refurbished rooms and like incorporated it into her house. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's got to be like a Disney auction that like.
I'm sure if you're into it, you could figure it out. I'm sure that I can't afford to buy their old stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so I said that. I didn't say this other one because it was just kind of crazy. We said that Linda, I don't know the Linda thing, but this I didn't say. Okay, so the Boneyard is going to be closing on September 2nd, 2025. The Boneyard is the coolest playground in my personal opinion. On Disney property. It is at Animal Kingdom in Dinosaur Land, right? So obviously that's all going soon. So I don't know. It kind of seems wild to like close it on September 2nd. Like you're gonna let us go in there in August. It's hot as shit in there in August. You know what I mean?
Right.
Close it now and put a hose in. It's fucking hot.
Right.
So and I think that might be all I had for Disney. Should we scroll a little bit so new things can happen? I told you that Draco was going to be on Broadway.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes as soon as we get done and we open Instagram, like something news pops up. But I feel like we did it right before we. Oh yeah, they're saying that Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are like on the outs, but obviously we don't know if that's true. That's just like people
TMZ.
talking. Yeah. But, you know, they've been trying to paint Katy Perry crazy lately, ever since she went to space.
Right.
It's not everything you see about Katy Perry is how crazy she is, so...
I thought she was crazy before, so...
Right.
I thought she was crazy when she married Russell Brand.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, leave her alone. She's a little
Those
crazy.
allegations went away fast, huh? I mean, maybe not, like, away, but Russell Brand, remember, he was, like, just... accused. Why? I hate when you're like scrolling and the music just starts, or like it just
I don't know what
starts
he was accused of.
Oh, he had like sexual assault allegations and shit too recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that, but I
heard about it like a few months ago, and then like, well, maybe not that long ago, whatever. But I feel like I haven't heard about it since I initially heard it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't remember hearing that, but I don't pay a lot of attention to him because I do feel like he's a real fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? That's not somebody I'm trying to keep up with.
Yeah, I feel like that's not something that I was like surprised about. But...
Right. You know what I mean? Tyler Pether's like, oh, Russell Brand. It's like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Well.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we just gonna have a short one?
I think so. I mean,
I thought that we would have more.
We can talk about how the guy that I don't know if we want to talk about a plane going down. But that plane went down, like Air India or something like that was destined to England, and then there's supposedly one sole survivor that was in seat 11A, but the guy has, like, nothing wrong with him. And then there was, like, video of him, like, walking away from the wreckage site, but, like, still doesn't, like, his shirt's all clean and everything, so a part of me doesn't believe that he was a survivor, but I don't want to say that, but I feel like he wasn't.
Well, did you hear about the other guy?
No.
So there was another guy that was in an accident from that same company, like 27 years ago or something, and it was the same thing. Plane went down and everybody except for him was hurt, and he was totally fine, and he was also sitting in seat 11A. I don't know.
He just
I don't know.
He just didn't look injured at all, and the plane literally blew up.
Maybe that's a safe seat. Did the plane literally blow up? I thought, like, I don't know. I honestly,
I think
it was like kind of too destructive for me to be like paying too much attention.
I think it
to.
exploded.
Like,
so like, how do you just like walk away from that without even like a burn hole in your shirt?
What about that girl that the plane crashed in the Amazon in like the 60s, and she walked for like 12 miles and like was survived, and everybody died on impact?
I don't
know. Crazy things happen.
I guess maybe get in seat 11A.
Yeah, try to get seat 11A.
I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't like a window seat anyways. I got an aisle seat because I gotta pee.
Same. Every time I fly with like my cousin and my aunt, they're like, well, do you mind if I have the window? Yeah, I want the aisle, guys. I just want the aisle.
Yeah.
I want the aisle. That's all I want. I want to be able to get up and do my own thing. I'm gonna have to pee.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to ask anybody to move.
Yep.
Because what if I go back there and then somebody's in the bathroom? Now I gotta come back. Then I gotta go back and forth because I don't want to just stand there in the hallway and fucking wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want the aisle seat.
Me
Always.
too. Always. Even on concert, if I can choose, if like it's available, I want an aisle seat. Cause I don't want to tell people to leave. Like, or move, and I want to leave when I want to leave.
Right. Movies, whatever. I'm sitting on the aisle.
Yeah, same. Aisle seats where it's
Yeah, so we like the aisle.
All right, I think it's just going to be a short week because I don't have anything else to talk about except this bitch that's naked. And
I saw that, and I almost sent it, and then I was like, is that even news? Kanye's wife, ex-wife, are they together?
Yeah, Bianca Censori stepped out in a revealing outfit with boots with the fur, and then she's showing her boobs, but like, and her ass.
But isn't she always just like that?
She is, but I do find it nice that she's doing it and not with him anymore. So it means he wasn't making her do it.
That's just how she is.
Yes, I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what? Good for her.
I have more respect
Are they not together?
Kind of. I think I do, yeah.
I don't know. I gotta tell you, I can't keep up with Kanye.
I don't think they're together anymore. I feel like they were not, right? And she's out without him, so...
Good for her.
So at least she was never being forced to do it.
You think her feet are sweating in the boots with the fur, though? Because it's fucking hot out here.
For sure.
I doubt she's here, but you know what I mean.
Yep. All right,
well.
On that note...
Peace out.
Peace out. K-Town down. Thanks for being here.
If you like this, share with a friend. Don't forget to like and follow.
And find us on all social media at parkinglotchats.podcast. That's Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Same handle.
Thanks for being here.